Lecture hall. Yeah. Because we're all.
I'm at
we're just,
Echo's Local
right,
Farms.
Yeah. I'm
We're
Paul.
doing a class today.
I'm a veterinarian, and I live in Maine, which has a nice temperature right now. 75 degrees.
It's nice. This is
But we're
nice.
getting this fog that it may not just be fog, it may be smoke and fog. Some of that. And I've been there 8 years. Before that, I lived in Haiti. I lived in Haiti for 25 years. Off and on, dialogued or did presented and got seed and things from back home. But I mostly did training. That was kind of my thing. We did training with all different groups. Did some with Oxfam, with CARE, did some with the Seed Farm, which is a great ministry run by Haitian in Haiti that trains young Haitians. I did training for the government, and then we started a university and did training there. So I was there 25 years. Most of the training was about animal health, some about animal husbandry. If there's anything I'm a generalist. If there's anything I specialize in, it is goats. Goats, in some sense, sheep, but I'm not an expert by any means. So a wealth of experience in Haiti, working with animals and with farmers, small farmers. A little bit of experience in Kashmir. I spent about 3 weeks working with pastoral herders, with a missionary that has a clinic where they just stay in one place because the people come through with their goats as they're heading to the Himalayas and that sort of thing. Hi. So I'd like to find out your names at least, and then maybe this evening I'll get more chance to find out what you're up to. I know a little bit about you. So this is David, and Dina's doing filming. And let me go right here.
I'm Aiden.
Aiden.
Sorry, don't have my name tag. Michael, right?
Michael.
My wife Crystal and her 2 daughters. Hi. Your names?
Carlin. Caleb.
Hi. What's it? Rue. Mike. Jeff.
Alan.
Friday. I'm Josh.
Yeah. David. Right. I understand this is something with Stu. Let's see.
Rosie and Curry.
Rosie and Curry. There you go.
Her sister was Stu.
Oh.
Do it into a stew, I guess. Whatever.
Aww.
I like to say prayer. Lord God, thank you for getting me here in the last minute, and for bringing everyone together from different parts of the country or the world, and for the fellowship they're having, the learning they're having. Bless this time we have together, and may your wisdom and your love be shared between us through your Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. Okay. So we have I put together a little bit of a handout to help you out with what's going on. Andy has those.
You want me to hand those out now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I also brought a goat book that I helped write. It's 10 years old now. 10 years old, raising goats for milk and meat. It's about goat husbandry. It's put out for Heifer Project, and then there's a great chapter on forages, and there's a chapter on healthcare. I brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 5 copies. I'd like to give those to the people that either are overseas or don't have a mailbox. And then I'll give my email address, and you can write to me and give me your address. I'll get some more copies that you guys can have that I'll send to you. Okay?
Awesome.
So if it looks like something that's interesting to you. There's newer books, there's better books, but there's a lot in there. And Andy says it's been useful for them on the farm, so that's helpful. Is anybody already raising goats or sheep? Yeah. What are you raising?
I raise sheep.
Yeah. Where's that?
Peru.
What's that?
In Peru.
In
so-
Peru, apart.
Northern Peru, using maguas. In the
So
jungle.
down in the desert,
In the jungle.
in the jungle.
In the jungle.
Northern Peru in the jungle.
Yeah.
Go to Nigeria.
Goats in Nigeria. Okay. Meat goats or milk goats or both? Both. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else raise sheep or goats? Okay. Is anybody planning to? At this point?
Yeah.
Considering it.
It's fine.
We'll see
Yeah.
if you sell us
Considering
on
that.
it.
What's that?
You see if you sell me on the idea.
I'll sell you on the idea. I think it's the kind of any animal you want to raise. You gotta really want to do it because it's a lot of work and it ties you down, and it takes trial and error. And they try to eat your stuff that you're.
My wife grew up raising, milking him and eating him.
Raising milk goats
And meat goats
and meat goats. And where was that?
in North Carolina.
In North Carolina. Fantastic. Yeah, I just came from North Carolina. I took a train and track from Raleigh to here, or from Raleigh to Orlando. Yeah. So we're going to talk about just some basics, general things about do's and don'ts, kind of raising livestock or working in agriculture. And some of you know all this. How many of you have worked overseas before, or in a resource limited one? Yeah, in a resource limited environment. I'm going to give you some of my pointers from my experience. And if you have things to add, please at any point during this discussion, if you have things to add, please add them, okay? We're all experts in the context that we work in. That's all the handouts, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got one. Okay. If I figure out where I put mine. I call this my iPad and my young people. It drives me crazy. Yeah, it's not an iPad. It's a Kindle. You're here because you want to learn more about raising sheep and goats in the tropics. Why? There's lots of reasons. If you go overseas, if you as an American or as a first worlder goes to another more simple environment, want to raise livestock, it could be that you are going to be in a place where you want to have your own milk and meat for your household to improve the nutrition of your household. You may be with a local institution or mission, and you have the idea that you're going to support that institution now and after you leave with the animal husbandry project that occurs. You got to think about a lot of things difficult. Profit, is there going to be any profit, and how much time it's going to take to do that? Okay. You may be wanting to learn and teach new techniques to try to improve animal agriculture in the area where you are. Maybe related to that, trying to reduce, not just help with income, but reduce malnutrition, because obviously sheep and goats meat and especially goat milk are going to help with protein and some with energy nutrition. You may be trying to create some systems that are going to reduce erosion in an area. There's many parts of the world where low income people live because the land is eroded, or that they're part of the issue too, and so you may be wanting to deal with that, and you can use livestock to help with that sort of thing. Or you may be wanting to be a tent maker. I have new friends that I met through my son, who went over to Nepal, that raise goats in Kathmandu. They have a goat farm in Kathmandu, Nepal, and really the main reason is because you have to have a business there if you're going to work in that country as a foreigner. You can't just be, and they're actually missionaries, but you can't just be a missionary. You have to also have sort of business. So there's lots of different reasons. Does anybody have thoughts about that already? Does anybody have ideas that they're going to be raising animals soon, and for what reason? You're maybe going to raise
I have
goats.
a question.
Yeah.
Do you eat goat?
Do I eat goat? Yes, I do. I do. I eat goat meat, and my wife loves goat meat. My wife grew up in Haiti, and she loves a good, really grilled goat. And in Haiti, they use it mostly for meat, occasionally for milk. Yeah.
Does it make any sense to raise them just for milk, not for meat?
If you have a good source of feed and water, especially water, and you're going to raise them for your family, or are you going to raise them for a community, or what?
Would be for a community.
Yeah. Well, one of the things you got to think about is context. Are people going to drink goat's milk? And do people have access to the resources they need, especially water? One of the reasons goats have been so popular throughout the world is because they're much smaller than the cow, so less feed, less cost, kids can handle them, they're smaller, but also because you can raise them without water. You can raise them with very minimal water if you have to. They can get water from the leaves, from the dew, and actually from the leaves themselves. Okay, that's why they came from Israel and the Middle East and all that sort of thing. Okay, So she can't be raised under those conditions, okay? So, under those conditions, they're not gonna produce milk. So if people are raising goats because they're in an arid, place, or one where, there just isn't a lot of water, you're gonna have a very hard time helping people adapt to using them.
What about in
for
a
milk.
tropical area with lots of water?
Yeah, are the people interested in goat's milk? Right, so you
I
can
know.
try it, you can try it a little bit and see if you can find people that are interested. Interesting, in Haiti, people will say, no, we don't drink goat's milk. But there's a little niche market. People, sometimes doctors will say, you know, if your baby goat's milk would be good. If you really could find the truth from a lot of kids, you'd find out, yeah, they had been out in the country, you know, squeezed some milk in when they were hungry, for a little drink. But it's very hard to change dietary habits as well as a new kind of husbandry and that sort of thing. It doesn't mean it's not worth the challenge, that sort of thing. So what you're going to be doing with your livestock, the reasons you're involved in livestock is going to affect